Hi everybody, it's Roxy here from All Ours Forever. So today we're going to make a medallion, patriotic decoration, and these are the items that you'll need. So these are from the Dollar Tree. They're actually a vinyl tablecloth in the red, white, and blue. Not all the Dollar Trees got these, so you kind of have to shop around. A pizza pan from the Dollar Tree. Some E6000. Your hot glue gun and some hot glue. Any kind of hot glue will work. We need a styrofoam ball. I bought this package of 6 called Craft Foam. These are the 2.5-inch balls from the Dollar Tree. And then I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. They have them in red, white, and blue. And this is an optional thing, and I'll show you towards the end why. And I used a little bit of material. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a dark navy blue with some little stars on it. And you'll need a scissors. You'll need some wire. I just used thin floral wire. You'll need your wire cutter, some pipe cleaners, and I used my trusty butcher knife. Okay, so let's get started. This goes by pretty quick. Hope everybody's having a nice Father's Day out there. Professor's out digging in the dirt because they're coming to pour our front porch, our concrete tomorrow. So he's out there working all day. He's been out there since 6:30 this morning. We had some huge elephant ears to move. So this folds out pretty large. And basically what you're going to do is right here, this red stripe at the bottom, we're going to cut that bottom piece off. We're going to leave the red stripe. I left it double. Not going to open it up yet. That's pretty easy. And you're going to need this whole thing. So just go ahead and cut through it. It is hot here, guys. We've been in the 110, 112, triple digits all week. And it's still going strong. It's just miserable out there. That's why we were up so early this morning, trying to get things going. Thanks for joining us today. I know there's lots going on. And if you're watching this on the replay, that's great. If you like it, make sure and sprinkle it. And I'm sure you all know what sprinkle means, since we can't use that other word. Okay, we're almost to the end. Good size tablecloth. Just keep going till you get it cut apart. Like I said, I left it doubled to cut it, and I'll show you why in a minute. You don't have to worry about being exact, because nobody's going to see this bottom piece. Okay. What are y'all doing for Father's Day? Is there anything exciting? Are you getting together now with family? It's always nice when you have a chance to do that. Okay. So the back side of it is just white. I don't throw it away. We'll just set it aside and use it for our next project sometime down the road. So lay it out. And what we're going to do is lay it out in front of you. You need your pipe cleaner close by. And we're just going to take at the bottom, the very bottom, and we're just going to gather it at the bottom. You want like about the lower, you want that edge. And you just kind of keep fluffing this ruffle up here. And you just keep going until you've got a good sized handful. Now you can do these as wide as you want or as small as you want if you have arthritis in your hands or your hands cramp up, which might sometimes do. So then just make more small ones, and that's perfectly fine. Like I said, this is not hard. You can kind of see what's taking shape here. It's got these nice folds that it's creating. So you just keep going. Keep going. Okay, so right about there, we're going to cut it. And then what you need to do is tape your pipe cleaner like such and go right around the bottom. You want to catch all those ends in there. And give it a good twist. Take your wire cutters and snip it off. So this is what we're making. And you're just going to use up your whole flag and make that whole thing. So you continue. We're going to make one more here. So now here it's so long, so it takes a little bit. So you start at the bottom and you just start to gather it. Some great stuff at the Dollar Tree right now. And I was really surprised and a little, I don't know, some mixed feelings about them putting fall stuff out already. Gosh, time goes by so fast anyways, you know? Okay, so I'm going to make a smaller one, so I'm going to cut it right there. I doubled it, and you'll need those pieces, so right on the bottom. Okay, you want your stars on the bottom. Okay, so here we go. That's better. Not quite as much thickness either. Just keep gathering. You kind of fluff the ends so that they have a nice fold. You can tuck that in piece under. Okay, and then we'll just cut it wherever it's comfortable for you. Okay. And I always tuck that end in so you don't have that edge. Take just your little piece of wire cutter, your floral wire, your pipe cleaner, whatever you want to call it. twist it around. And so these are what you're making, okay? When you get those all done, I'm going to take your pizza pan, like such, and you're going to go to the middle of your pizza pan, and I kind of like to keep these in tight, so you can kind of just give them an extra little crease with your fingers. Okay, so right in the middle, you're going to put a dab of hot glue. You're going to push that middle piece on there. Okay? Hot, hot, hot. Okay, so, and that's what we're doing. And we're going to continue this all the way around. One on here. After we're done wrestling all these. Okay, so at the bottom where the stars are is where you do your gathering. Just keep the top kind of fluffed. I always turn the ends in. And you just keep gathering. Makes a nice pleat at the top. You see that? How it's kind of pleating and building over. I got too much stuff on my table here. It'd be a lot easier. Okay. There's our next medallion piece. Go right up through there. And my last fold, I'm going to turn under. Get another piece of pipe cleaner. Twist it around like such. And it doesn't really matter what color pipe cleaners you use because nobody's going to see them anyway. This is just what I happen to have around. Okay, so we'll put our next one on. I just go right over the top. Yep, the hot glue is going to melt it a little bit, but that's okay because again, you're not going to see it. Okay, just keep going. How do you all beat the heat? I know in some places it's not even that warm yet. You do anything special? And you know, this project, you can make it as full or, you know, put as little on there as you'd like. Just repeating this whole process. Just make sure you get those ends in there good when you use the pipe cleaner. Tuck my ends down. Bring it up there a little bit. Put a little bit more hot glue. Of course, I add hot glue. Let's add some more sticks in feel like sometimes by the time you get to actually doing your craft, it's taking you so long to get everything together, and you get so many interruptions sometimes that it just feels like, wow, am I ever going to get to do this? Especially, I know it's hard for some of you moms that have little kids to ever get time to just sit down and do this. And a lot of times, I know when I had little ones at home, it was late at night by the time I was doing it. Okay, so you can see we're about halfway done. And we just continue to keep going all the way around. Now, this is not secured to the pie pan. And if you put hot glue on this portion of it, it would just melt big holes in it. So what I did was I took some E6000 because I want those pleats to stay standing up. And I went around underneath every so often. We'll start on this edge. And I just put a dab about halfway down and at the top rim of the pan. Okay. It's easy to do. The other thing that you can do, if you really like your pleats in a particular spot, is put a little E6000. Great stuff. Any craft store you can find it. And put it in between a couple of your folds. That'll keep your pleats staying nice. Okay. And this should stand up to the weather just fine. Put a little bit down in between these. It pleats very easily. It tends to want to go that way anyway, so it's not difficult at all. You just kind of pinch your pleats together. And I put it down deep into the pleat so you don't, you still get some fluidity and some movement. But those pleats stay really nice. Oh, we're having a little bit of brownouts because of all the heat. That's one of the great things about being in California. You just never know when that power is going to go out. So hopefully we'll get through this. Okay. So you can see I just kind of attached it so it's a little more secure. So now it's not going to go anywhere, and it's going to stay nice and fluffed out, and your pleats are going to stay nice. So let me continue this quickly. We're almost done. Thanks for sticking with me. Really does turn out very, very cute. You can use these on your front porch. You can use these in place of a wreath. You know, there's all sorts of different ways you could use this. Certainly with 4th of July coming up. Be a great addition to your decorations. And it's very budget friendly. Okay. cut those tails off there so we don't have a bunch of extra. Okay. Turn my ends under. And here we go with the hot glue. Again, we're just going all the way to the center with it. E6000 down here. And you can do this step as you go along, or you can do it when you get all your pieces. You know, it just depends on how you like to work. Sometimes when I'm doing something like this, I like to make all the pieces ahead of time. And sometimes I just kind of do them as I go along. Everybody's got their own style, and you know, just make it your own. You know, I'd love to see your ideas on this craft. You know, if you have a different way of doing it or different style, please send me a picture. I'd love to see it. We'll share it with everybody. Okay, we're almost done. Almost. I gotta take this one apart. We had it doubled. That should be the end of it. Okay. And this really doesn't take very long. Okay. Do this one to the end. With your pleats. Turn the end under. And twist it off with our pipe cleaner. I think we're just going to go ahead and do the last one here. And there's a very definite right side and wrong side to this. The back side is very pale. You'll be able to tell. Okay, turn that edge under. And you can just kind of gather with one hand and then just pull your pleats together with the other hand. It kind of works real easy. Hoping you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, there we go. Alright. See if we can get this tied off. And then we'll put our last two on. Here a little bit. Okay. Put a little hot glue in the middle here. Go with our next piece, and we'll see how that goes. And then we've got one last piece to put on here, and then we'll address the center. Okay. There we go. That one flag, or that one tablecloth, is just perfect to fit these pizza pans. Just perfect. Okay, I'm going to put a little E6000 around the rest of this. Down in my folds every so often so that my pleats really stand up, stay nice. Like I said, I'm just putting it down around the rim of the pizza pan. And then in between some of the folds, just so that they stay nice, because I'm going to put this outside on my front porch. Put a lid on here before I drip it all over the place. And just be careful, because it does take just a little bit, a good 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes for the E6000 to dry. Okay, so now we've pretty much got our medallion made, but what about the center? Okay, so let me set this aside and I'll show you what I did. There's a couple things. Okay, you could take one of these from the Dollar Tree and you could just glue it on there, okay? And that would be fine. What I did, and they come in all different colors, so, you know, you could do it whichever way. What I did was I had this material that's blue, and it's got the little stars in it. So I took one of the styrofoam balls, took my butcher knife, carefully watch your fingers when you're doing this. And yes, this is why I have no cooking knives, because, you know, I use all my butcher knives. Okay, and I just cut it in half. Then I took a little bit of material, extra, I can always cut it off. Okay. And I simply put a little bit of hot glue on there. And then I just folded it up as I went around, folding the edges, and I'm just working upside down on it. Just continue. And you can see if you're going to have a big bunch of material, you can cut that excess off, just like such. And just keep folding it up and gluing as you go along. Watch your fingers, don't burn your fingers. Those glue guns, that hot glue hurts when you get burned. And at the end, you just gotta kind of finagle it up here. basically you end up with a nice little tuft like this. Ooh, hot glue, hot glue, hot glue. That's one of the reasons I keep, these are wonderful, these craft sticks or popsicle sticks, whatever you want to call them. They are great to use to push things down instead of your fingers. Saves a few burns. Okay. So then what we're going to do, set all this aside, all my strands off here, is we're going to take our medallion and we're going to put just a big old glob of hot glue right in the center. Put our little material tuft right on there. Just hold it in place for a minute. Strand, and there you go. There's our medallion. Now to hang this, what I did was actually went to the back and right up here at the rim, and you can do this before you start the project or after. Actually, I had the professor do it right afterwards. Just drilled 2 little small holes, and I used my floral wire and put a hanger on it. So there you go. Here's our finished one that I did yesterday. And as you can see, I put the little, just put 2 little holes and put some floral wire through it. And it turns out so cute. There it is. We made a beautiful medallion. It's going to be fine out in the weather. Lots of patriotism. And you can see it took no time at all. And it cost me 1, 2, 3. I had some floral wire, but really you're only using 2 inches of floral wire, and then my little piece of material. But if you use one of the stars in place of it, that's just another $1. So under $4 for the whole craft. And it turns out very cute. Very cute. And it took really very little time. You know, a set of 3 of these across the front porch would be beautiful. Or like I said, use it in place of a wreath on your front door. It's gorgeous. It's a burst of red, white, and blue. All right, so that's it for us today. Don't forget to sprinkle this if you liked our video, and check us out at allarsforever.com. Don't forget, on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings at 6:30, we do poolside chat on Instagram. We're on YouTube and Pinterest also. But the website's got lots of new stuff coming, and soon a boutique, guys. Getting excited about that. Okay, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Let's see, we've got a special shout out to John, James, Stephen, Arseni, Mina, and David. That's all the guys in my life that are fathers. And Rick, he's out there. And to all fathers out there, happy Father's Day. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, bye.